These crimes made headlines. Now hear the real story from the masterminds themselves.
I got 3 ounces of pure cocaine in the trunk.
Monday, August 2nd. See the rise.
I'd never seen that much money. We need to rob another bank.
The fall.
She went to prison for 12 and a half years. Race absolutely played a part.
And the redemption.
My passion was speaking to you. Don't go down the path that I did.
Because in a split second, anyone can get caught up.
I felt like I got a second chance.
My true crime story, narrated by me, Remy Ma, premieres Monday, August 2nd at 10.
Yes, yes, yes. It will premiere, citizens of Sway in the Morning, this Monday, August 2nd at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on VH1. And listen, we all know the voice. We all heard the voice, but we have to make sure as a guest of Sway in the Morning that the proper introduction is here. We got to make sure we do that. Now, singer, songwriter, actress, wife, mother. She's the one of only, I should say, 6 female rappers to ever top the Billboard Hot 100. Keep those applause going. Chart as a member of the Terror Squad on Lean Back. One of only 4 multiple winners of the BET Award for Best Female Hip Hop Artist, which she won, and not only in 2017, but in 2005 as well. She's also the recipient of 2 Vibe Awards, 2 Source Awards, and has been nominated for 3 Grammys and counting. All right, let's just add that, and counting. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Big Sway in the Morning welcome, citizens. Let's give it up for Remy Ma.
Hey!
Remy, are you there?
Yes, for the introduction. Yes.
Remy the queen.
No, absolutely. Listen, we have now reached the point, Remy, where and congratulations on everything. Obviously, we're going to get into true crime story, but we have reached a point in this industry, I think, overall, and I hope you would agree as well, that it is just time to give folks their flowers. You know what I mean? Like, every time, we just don't know when we turn on the news or jump on social media what we're going to see.
So
you know,
crazy,
when you see somebody's
right?
name
So
trending, yeah, you just don't know what it's for. You don't know what it's about. We're older now, so, you know, we process things a little bit differently. And when back in the days, for me, when I used to hear somebody was 30 or 40, I'd be like, yo, they old, you know? Well, okay, of course. But now,
yes, so old.
so old. But now, when it's the people who we grew up to listening to their music and the people who we respect and honor their artistry and their work, and we hearing so many different things happening, we need to stop wasting time and give folks their flowers. So the intro that you were given, no lies told, by the way, is just giving you your flowers and recognizing you on this day. So congratulations to you for sure.
Big
For
time.
sure.
Thank you.
No,
Well,
absolutely.
just be clear, for that whole age thing, I've been telling people lately, like, just know everybody has a birthday. Like,
Hello.
when I was one of those people, like, when I was like 22, like, what? 28? She's pushing 30. She needs to sit down, like, forgetting, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have a birthday. Hopefully I'm going to have a birthday. We're blessed. Like, so many people that, you know, especially coming from where we come from, you know, they don't live to see numbers that start with, ages that start with a 3, more or less a 4. So, you know, it's definitely a blessing. And in this industry where everything is so fickle, you never know. Somebody could be at the top of the world today, and 2 weeks from now, like, never heard from again. So
That's right.
Able to have been doing this for as many years as I have. Same thing like with you. Like, you say you need your flowers too, because there's so many people that thought that they were doing better than you and thought they were in a better position than you at different times and periods. And when you look at it, the longevity and the years later, where are they now? You know, it's a different story. So I tell people all the time, you know, be careful, because, you know, everyone has a birthday, and time continues to go. You never know what time is going to do to you. So you're absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely.
Nah, absolutely. And as we extend our flowers to you, of course, we got to give it to Pat, who holds one of the crowns here at Sway in the Morning for the Freestyle King. You know, it's like, it don't even matter. Like, yeah, like I'm walking down the street sometimes in the grocery store, and it's like, yo, HB, like, who was your favorite? Like, who was your top 5 freestyle 5 Fingers of Death? I know you're going to say Pap, so don't include him. I'm like, damn, that's so crazy. So don't include him. Everybody know that part. So go ahead. So love to him as well. And congratulations with all of both of y'all are doing.
That man is insane. He's been putting out an album every month. since January.
Right.
You know what it's like in my house? Like, he talks so much crap. Like, see, you need to get on your album. Like, I'm putting out an album every month. I'm like, yeah, you don't have you're not breastfeeding. No one's nourishing off of your food. Like,
Right.
like, what are you talking about? Try it.
And it's a little bit different. I always say, as a female, to your point, you are a mother, you are a wife, and you're a businesswoman. And I think for us too, not that we haven't had to compete. I mean, not that you're competing with your husband, but not that we already haven't had to compete.
No, we're competing.
Who's in the lead?
You got me right now, but I'm coming.
Man.
But we process things a lot different for all those very reasons. And God forbid you decide to put on the hat of a businesswoman, then everything just multiplies. It's just a lot different. And now you've taken on this role of hosting with my true crime story. And I just want to know, because obviously when you come to the show, you've talked about things that you were interested in. And you guys, if you want to holler at Remy, say what's up, give her flowers, do so, 888-742-3345. You talked about venturing out and doing other things. How did this particular role come about?
It's so crazy because, one, in my house, like, we watch true crime all the time. And what I'm actually doing as a job and being paid for is what I do in my house with my husband. Like, you know how you watch TV and you be like, so you didn't hear that sound when you was on the phone every time you was on the phone and know that the feds was tapping your phone. Unbelievable.
All the commentary.
That same card that you swiped and they was questioning you before you were swiping it again and try to get a Rolls Royce. All right. Like, so that's what's happening, but they're just paying me to do it. So it's crazy because I love that, but more importantly than everything, I could relate to it because these people, if you hear like in the intro and in the promo, it shows the rise, the fall, and the redemption. All of these people that we chose, they have been through some stuff, whatever their crimes was or wasn't, because just because you went to jail for it don't mean you was actually guilty. You just went to jail for it. But whatever how much time they did, now they are okay. Like, they are doing okay. We never, very rarely, I'm not going to say never, we very rarely get the story of what happens after and it's good. So we get in this first person account, the person who was actually involved with it. You're not hearing it from the cop that was stalking them. You're not hearing it from the media person that was waiting outside and they heard this in the courtroom. Or you're not hearing the victim side. You are hearing the first person account from them telling you from what made them do it, the first seed that planted in their mind, how much time they did, what happened while they was away, and where they're at now. And a lot of them have nonprofits right now. A lot of them have organizations where they're trying to help people that were in situations like them. A lot of them have started their own business. Because if you really watch it, and I tell people, they're like, you could probably empathize with them because anybody, if you never did nothing in your life, never even got a parking ticket, you're going to see it differently because the media, when they give us the story or when the police, they give us the story, they want you to see it from their perspective. We're seeing it from their side. And when you hear somebody's like, yo, I was 15, I couldn't get a job, my mom was on drugs, and me and my sister had been in the house for 2 weeks with no food. I had to think of something. When you hear somebody like, yo, my mom was sick, and, we ain't have no medical insurance or whatever the case may be, you're like, okay, I can see how that can make you do something crazy.
Right.
I can see how you'd be like, I don't know what else I'm going to do. I'm going to sell these drugs. I'm going to do this with these cars. I'm going to run in this bank. I'm not running in nobody's bank. But I'm just saying, I can see why you
Yeah,
that.
like you're not, and basically, citizens, what Rem is saying is like, no, we're not condoning it. She's not condoning it, but you can understand after having the opportunity and sitting down and hearing these stories out, you can understand what led to what, correct?
Like, I can see what led to you doing that. But now they use that. They use whatever it was that was ultimately their downfall or something that was like probably one of the most horrible times in their life, and they turned it into something else. So many of them have started organizations where they're helping women in abused relationships, or they're helping kids that, come from broken homes, or whatever the case may be. Like, some of them were literally 17, 18, 19, teenagers when they all began. And when they use the term masterminds, like, if they had the right facility and the right setting to put their genius at work, they would literally be like the Steve Jobs of the world, because like the things that they were able to come up with, the schemes and scams and getting the credit card and getting the numbers and getting the information. I'm just like, who thinks of that? Like, you know how smart you have to be to do that? So that was the part that stood out to me. Like, they're really smart at a young age, but most of the time when you come from poverty, you don't have that school that's going to channel your science into figuring out how you can create the next phone or create the next, like, all you have is negative ways of where you could turn it into something that's going to get you money, but it's going to also get you locked up.
Right. Well, listen, we're talking. I'm sorry, Chase, real quick. 888-742-3345. We talking to Remy. She's the host of My True Crime Story. Listen, you guys, it will premiere Monday, this coming Monday, August 2nd at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on VH1. You guys are watching VH1 anyway, so just Monday you got another reason to watch the show. Tracy G, I didn't forget you. Go ahead, jump in.
Yeah, Remy, so good to hear your voice, Queen. I'm really happy that you're joining us. Yes, and I'm happy to continue seeing on TV because I think you are excellent as a host, so I want to make sure that is known.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. For everything you're sharing is reminding me of how much environment is a influential factor in the decisions you're going to make for better or for worse. And like earlier today, we were talking about Bobby Shmurda, because he did an interview and he was just sharing some details of how he's getting reacclimated into society, so to say, you know? And so we were speaking to our citizens about that. And so with environment, I wonder, from the stories that you are sharing on My True Crime Story, and maybe in your own life, when it comes to letting go of the wrong people, you know, do you suggest ghosting or having a sit-down conversation to talk about why we're not going to be able to rock?
Oh, no, I ghost people for a living. That's me. Like, I want you to sit there and wonder. I want you to wonder, like, does she have me blocked? Is she getting my messages or just ignoring them? Like, what happened? Does she know what I was doing to her and violating? I want you to be in suspense for the rest of your life. I don't want to talk about nothing, because I'm, as hard as I may appear to be on the outside, like, I reason with people. So if I give you a chance to talk, there's a possibility you might be able to weasel back in. So I don't even want to give you that opportunity. So I'm just going to ghost you. That's it. That's all.
Damn. But
yeah, I'm the worst. Yeah, you know, people like, you got one chance with me. You don't even have that. Like, I'm already on the fence, assuming you're gonna do something. So when you did it, I just pushed you out the rest of the way to the door. It was already open.
Wow, but what about if it was on the other side, though, Remy? You know what I mean? If someone was,
I don't care.
Oh,
I don't care. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I treat people like, if somebody's my friend or my family, anybody will tell you, like, I go mad hard, like, for anybody. Like, so if you hear anything otherwise than that, it's probably a lie somewhere around the town, because that's just not my character. But to say what you say about piggyback off what you said about society on the show True Crime, a lot of times you'll hear me insert different facts about the environment where the people lived, about, you know, that time period when things were happening, what were the stats for, you know, that particular situation. And when you hear some of these stats about, like, you know, how likely you are to succeed if you live in this area, like, there was one statistic that I found out when I was doing it. Like, they can pinpoint how successful you're possibly going to be down to the block that you grew up on.
Oh, I
Not
believe
just the
that.
neighborhood, the block. If you grew up on this street right here, you have a 95% chance that your generation and generation after you are all going to live on that street, like, and be nothing.
wow.
It's so crazy when you look at the statistics that they have. So some of these things that people don't realize, like, even for us, we think that we made it, but once you still have connections, like, we made it, but we be the only ones that made it. Your mama didn't make it, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your sisters, your brothers, your neighbors, like, everybody else didn't make it. And unless you're like, I can't even name any artists off the top of my head that come from where we come from that might have made it so successful to where they can take care of every single person in their family and move them to where they're at. You might be able to move them a little bit away, but there's still going to be connections. They're still going to have to work. They're still going to have a regular job. And all of those things play a factor. And when you're connected, when you, as we like to put it, real, and you stay in touch with certain family members and certain friends, well, some of that rubs back off onto you, so you didn't really make it. You be tied in, and you can end up in a situation like Bobby or me or so many people that you think, well, they made it, they're rich, they shouldn't. No, you don't understand. Like, I'm the only one. It's just me.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
it's no realer than that. And unfortunately, you have to reach a certain level and experience certain things for you to truly understand what Remy is saying. Like, just
Right.
flat out, you just have to be at a certain level, understand what it is. But some of my cousins and family members used to get mad at us, Tracy. Like, yo, y'all having Thanksgiving, but everybody not invited. You can't bring this girl who you just started dating 2 months ago to my house for Thanksgiving. I don't know her, and I don't know her people. Because somebody
And you
might be
don't know
here
her.
taking right, and I don't know her. People may be here taking inventory,
Yup.
just kind of
Everything,
cases,
scanning the room.
everything. And so it's unfortunate that we have to think like that. But to Rem's point, yo, everybody is not there at that level. It's just people got a lot of things going on in their mind, and it causes people to do some crazy things sometimes. Rem, before we let you go, you got phone calls, so I at least want you to be able to touch and just get some of these flowers from folks. Lorenzo, I know you've been waiting forever, Lorenzo. Much love to you, brother. Say what's up to Rem. She here.
What up, Big L?
How you doing? How you
You.
doing, Ma? Queen? Everything. I'm just going to be quick about this because my wife actually wanted me to call in. If I can, I'm going to hit y'all with a little story. So my wife is Caucasian. I'm black and Indian. They call us black Indians. Y'all know the story. But my wife had never even heard of you. I put her on to you. I've heard of you. I grew up listening to you. We're the same age. So I put my wife on to you via Love and Hip Hop. She told me to tell you, you are the classiest, hoodest woman she's ever laid eyes on. My wife is a 46-year-old white radiologist, okay? When she says that about a sister, that speaks volumes. Mama, watching your show, she was like, look, I know Papoose holding her down, but if he do her wrong, he might come up missing. I love this woman. So I got to give you your roses, Mama, to turn someone from New Jersey who ain't never even walked in our shoes, listened to our genre of music, watched our shows, knew nothing about us. I'm originally from Houston, Texas, so we like New York. We got 5 wards, y'all got 5 boroughs. So we kind of run in the same lifestyle growing up as children. But for my wife to love you, man, I'm telling you right now, she's a first-line medical worker. She's been in radiology for 23 years.
Beautiful.
She's in the sticks of it right now in the New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. They're masking back up again. They're putting N95s back on because, people being stupid. So, since she came on, she was like, if she's on the show, give Mama her roses for me.
So what's your wife's name?
Thank you so much.
My wife's name is Christine. We call her Chrissy. I'll call her Chrissy Cream. We'll leave that alone.
You off the hook, so.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like, I call it clatchet. It's like classiness with ratchet, but my like clatchet.
Perfect.
So you make sure you tell Chris to watch the show. It's coming on next Monday. My True Crime Story, VH1 at 10 p.m. Eastern, and you tell her to behave herself no matter what Pap do before Remy have to do a whole episode on Christine. We don't want that to happen. Yeah, we don't want her to be or end up on the episode of the shows though. So y'all be careful. We love you.
True Crime Story,
right? For real, it'd be crazy. Love you, Zoe. You take care. You a citizen.
That's the way about it.
We got Renee on the line from Georgia. Renee, what's up? Say what up to Rem.
Hi, great day. Thank you so much for being your most beautiful self, ma'am. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm working, so I apologize. I'm moving fast. I know you're greater than great, but when I heard you say that you understand, like, people kind of falling off in the beginning of their younger years, it helps me to breathe some more because I'm still digging my way out of that. I was a person that came to Georgia and was on my own and was held hostage for 3 weeks here at 15.
Wow.
And now I'm 37 now. I have 8 children. So it's still like a stigma on me from like people that know in my family that what happened because it obviously messed me up for a while mentally. So I started selling drugs and I had girls that walked the street for me out here for a while. So I was real scrolled off. And now I work with 2 different nonprofit organizations. I started my own nonprofit. And I have an 18 and 19-year-old, well, 19 and 17-year-old now, and they are going to technical college. So we just attempt to do our most best version to help the community. But it's hard for people to see you when you have that scar, so to speak, from the beginning. But it is what helps you to be a better version if you can regroup. You know, so
let me tell you something, Renee, real quick. Redemption is real. You know, you can't let people define or try to tell you what you are. Nobody knows your truth. Nobody knows your testimony from beginning to end with no parts in this over but you. And PTSD is real. You know, people think just because, you know, you're doing better now and you have kids now, and that was so long ago. Oh, that was when you was 15. You're in your 30s now. Get over it. Those things that happen to us in our life make us who we are. It makes us think a certain way. It makes us move certain ways. Like, makes us trust a certain way. It makes us respect a different way. All of those things mold you. So don't ever let anybody make you feel like you're doing something wrong or something wrong with you because of the way you are. Like, that, what happened to you, I'm sorry that happened to you. I couldn't even imagine what you go through every day. Also now having 8 children, and that alone would freak me out. Like, what if something happened to him like that? I'm pretty sure that's probably
edge, but I'm better now. Before I was like, because they say I have PTSD and OCD as well, so they're super secluded, but they do a lot. So I think that's why they're so great, and there's so many of them, and they're great. So we don't have any sicknesses.
I'm very happy.
Science.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Renee, what's the name of your nonprofit organizations, if you don't mind sharing with us?
Yeah, one is called Put Back, and that is people united together bringing about change. And another one is called Sheshik, and that is an organization that means for she and he, because we started out really about men and women being damaged sexually, and I wanted people to understand that males and females also go through trauma when they have that happen. So,
What's the name of the second organization again? I didn't hear you clearly.
It's called Sheshik, spelled SHEEK.
Okay, got you. Well, Renee, listen, we wish you nothing but love and blessings and peace and protection over your family. And let me tell you something, Renee. Some people do a better job than others at hiding their scars. We all got scars. It doesn't matter, mental, physical, emotional, financial, whatever the case may be, we all have scars, Renee. So a lot of times people, they do better at hiding it, and they'll make you feel shame for having your scars because you're not hiding yours, you know? So we all got scars from something. So continue to help people heal from their scars. Continue to help people embrace some of the scars that they have and share those stories behind those scars. So thank you, Renee, so much. Continue to call us up, and thank you for your love and showing them and giving those flowers to Remy. We appreciate you. You and your kids are citizens, though, Renee.
That's in the morning.
Man, oh man, oh man. It's so many stories. Y'all hit up Remy directly, man. She's on social media. You know that at Real Remy Ma and Remy Ma as well on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you hit her up. And don't forget, this Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on VH1. Make sure you watch my true crime story. Let her know that you're watching it. Hit her up while it's on television. And also, we're going to rock out and support the new single, Back Outside, featuring Fat Joe and Cool and Dre. You know that's out right now, but we're going to play that as well. Remy, love to you. Flowers, 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 flowers.
Smell them all.
Throughout the day, for real. Love to you. And send I love the Pap as well. Much love to you and the beautiful family.
Will.
All right. Love to y'all.
Bye, guys.
All right. Take care. We got